Right, man, let's be honest. There's truth to the phrase that they make a house a home. But if we're being honest, do we really need them? Sure, they can help the outside world shine a little brighter. Sure, we have a hard time just not staring at them. And sure, there's few men out there who'd complain about the light that shines through that lovely little slit they've got. But if we're being honest, they've got their downsides too. They've gotten a lot bigger over the years. Doesn't matter what they say, you can see right through them. And out of everything we have in our house, you have to say that they are the biggest pain in the wall. In the wall? Oh, come on, I double checked this. Yeah, living with a window? When do I even write these? But anyway, this video is sponsored by me. Want to see these videos yesterday? I got you. Want merch to give you and your friends false hope of the outcome of any dubious activity? I got you. Want to know why your GPS tells you to head north as if it's expecting you to whip out that compass you always carry? Me too, actually. But links are below for the other stuff. Anyway, I was clothes shopping with the missus the other day, and about half an hour into it, her mood started to sour. It happens every time I go along with her, and I have no idea why. I wonder how many more push-ups you can actually do in a push-up bra.
I actually hate you, you know that?
Hey, there's no need to speak to me in that fashion.
Then stop with the dumb oh my god, that was another one, wasn't it?
Fashion, yes, close one.
Give me strength.
Okay, well if you need me, I'll be over here picking out some underwear of my own.
But I'm nearly done here.
Don't worry, I'll keep it brief.
I hope you die screaming.
Love you too, babe. But on this particular day, I was only half responsible for her bad mood. She was perfectly fine up until she seen this dress she liked. So she grabs a few sizes and runs off to the changing rooms to try it on while I do the ritual all men do in these situations. Stand there like a lost child playing smash or pass in my head with any woman nearby. Or my own version of it I call Fat Jack, where I blindly choose smash or pass and it'll apply to the next woman that walks by so it's in the dealer's hands. Look, you don't become a comedic introvert without being able to amuse yourself. But anyway, many years later I'm sitting at a bar, still writhing in grief over the loss of my third wife, staring down the hourglass of my own mortality because my liver started to rust, and even though I know there's no happiness at the end of a glass, it hasn't stopped me checking. And just as I'm about to head home in hopes that tomorrow will be the day I don't wake up, I suddenly get some surprising news. An old girlfriend of mine who had gone missing inside of a changing rooms 47 years ago had finally turned up. So a quick rekindle and a couple of cosmetic surgeries later, we pick up exactly where we left off. But she's looking a bit peeved, so I ask her where she's been all this time and what's the matter. Well, she's in bad form because she's a size 10 to a size 12, but neither of those are fitting her, but a size 14 fits her perfectly. Great, the thing you like has a size that fits you, it's a good day. That's what I thought too, but no, it's not. It's not a good day at all. This is a disaster of a day, because you weren't listening. She's not a size 14, and this is a size 14. Don't you see the problem here? I know what you're thinking, just buy the size 14. Nobody's going to be looking at the label of it when you're wearing it. Oh, you sweet man. You sweet idiot of a man. That's what I made the same mistake of saying too, but it's not about it fitting her. It's that she's not a size 14. Don't you realise what's just happened? She's just been called fat. And it wasn't by some stranger on the internet or some teasing friend. She's been called fat by the one thing that she has grown to trust, love and hold dear. Not a year ago she was floating through a wedding with a big smile on her face because the dress she was wearing was a size 10. And now that very same metric has told her she has the stomach of a middle-aged man and an arse like a pair of blobfish. Now I'm the first person in line to complain about clothes sizes being all over the place. I actually lose sleep to the anger I feel that 36-inch waisted pants are often more or less than 36 inches. But that's primarily because I'm a bloke and I don't like trying things on at the shops. I see the thing, the numbers are correct, I buy the thing. So I already own it when I find out it doesn't fit, and it's a hassle to go back and exchange things. But she's matching that anger before she's even left the shop and has decided not to buy the dress even though she likes it and it fits her because in her mind that would be agreeing with it. Do you want to know what the real problem is? I'm sorry ladies, it's you. Because that dress never called her fat. In fact, that dress is so afraid of making any reference to her weight or size, it tells her fit in a coded number in order to avoid using vulgar words like small, medium, or God forbid, large. And at a certain point you gotta realise the problem is you. Because while you're sifting through dresses being personally attacked because the one that fits you says plus size, us blokes are down the back looking at labels that haven't changed since the 1920s. Sorry, I don't suppose you have this in a bigger size. I'm only seeing it in Twiggy and Fat Fuck.
You seem like a fat fuck to me. It should fit.
No, it would. I just want to have a little bit extra room in case I become an even fatter fuck in the future.
Ah, understandable. I'll double check to see if there's any more sizes in the back. Do you have any size preference?
Yeah, if you could see if you have it in a fatter fuck, that'd be great. I'd even take it in a fuck's sake if you have it, as I'd probably end up shrinking it in the dryer anyway. You know what's another harrowing discovery I made as a fella who's living with a woman? I'm responsible for shockingly little of the liquids that end up in her face. And trust me, I do try to keep the numbers up, but I fear age is against me on this one. Oh, when we first got together, I used to arrive with the pizzazz and vigour of a golf course sprinkler. The fire brigade used to call me when their hose couldn't reach the top windows of tall buildings. But now that I'm in my 30s, it's like trying to get the last few drops out of a bottle of liquid soap. What's actually been covering her face most is skin creams. These creams, lotions and balms that exfoliate, hydrate, chocolate cake, lay them straight. She has more potions than a Skyrim inventory. If you could describe a type of skin, she's got something for it. Tired skin, tight skin, wrinkled skin, red skin, greasy skin, flaky skin, shiny skin, blotchy skin. Yes, it's the same image every time, but that's because I can't see what ye women see. She said to me the other day with a straight face,
Did anybody ever tell you you've got dry skin?
No, my skin is dry all the time when I talk to people, so it doesn't really jump out as conversation worthy. In fact, there's only one appropriate time I can think for somebody to mention how peculiar my dry skin is, but in that moment I'd be more concerned about how they managed to sneak into the shower with me. But I mustn't joke about this because she takes cream on herself very seriously. And yes, I know what I said, I'm a child. But even I underestimated how seriously she took it until the other night I hear,
Oh no.
and I'm like, shit, what's wrong? Thinking something terrible had happened or she'd got some bad news. So I was preparing for the worst, getting all ready to console her, give her a hug or whatever she might need in this tragic moment in life we all get occasionally ambushed with. Then she comes into me and says,
I accidentally used my day cream instead of my night cream.
I never in my life craved marriage, but in that moment I wish we were married, just so I could have asked her for a divorce. Also, out of curiosity, I looked at her day cream. You know what makes it day cream? It's got an SPF 30 rating. Sunscreen. In Ireland. I was 27 before I even knew what the sun was. I mean, I'd heard stories, but up until then I thought some clouds were just bright. And the thing about these creams is none of them do anything. It's just horoscopes with a profit margin. All you gotta do is to look at any man's face to know it's all snake oil. We'd spend all day covered in engine grease, soot and cow shit, and one half-arsed face wash with dish soap later, and we're no worse off than any girl with a miracle cream that an Instagram influencer pawned off on her. Do you want to know the real secret as to why that beauty influencer has bright, vibrant, youthful looking skin? It's not the cream she's selling, it's because she's 22. Not that I'll change her mind on any of this. Women just do be like women sometimes. But I just wish it had a point. Because after they spend hundreds, if not thousands of quid on this stuff throughout their life to get their skin looking exactly as hydrated and bouncy and as smooth and as perfect as they wanted, what do they do before they leave the house? Cover it all up with makeup. Could you imagine the looks we'd get if we acted like that?
Oh, I can't believe you painted the whole house. It looks great.
Yeah, it's a shame I have to knock it down really.
What do you mean, knock it down?
Shh. Man stuff, my dear, you wouldn't get it. Bring her in, lads. But as curious as her creaming sessions are, it doesn't take up any space of my side of the relationship bed. But there is one female thing that she does that is a stray knee to the crotch in said relationship bed, and that's phantom concerns. You know this one, lads. You're having a perfectly ordinary day. That morning you burnt your toast and made the mistake of having a shower right after you flushed the toilet and got a harrowing look at your cold manhood. But you got your workout in and got to pet a puppy while you were walking the dog. So all in all, not good, but not bad. A real middle of the road day. Then that evening you make the mistake of staring off into the middle distance for 5 seconds and now your relationship is collapsing down around you, you're emotionally repressed, and there's probably other women, all because nothing is apparently not the correct answer to the question, what's wrong? And now you gotta spend the next hour putting out non-existent fires because she won't stop mentally flicking matches in the house. And I'm gonna tell you ladies, we are really bad at putting out fires like that. We're going to be defensive because we're being accused of something false. We're going to be annoyed that you conjured this problem out of nothing. And we're going to find the absurdity of the whole thing, like it or not, kind of hilarious. And there isn't a craftsman alive who could take those three emotions and make it into something you can hang your hat on. What amazes me most is how they can manage it with such little to work with. You name it, a woman can read too much into it. Zone out for a few seconds. What's wrong? Stop asking a question halfway through because you thought of the answer as you were asking it. What are you trying to hide? Look vaguely in her direction. Why'd you look at me like that? Or the one I always have to defend with Connie. The random deep breath. We'd be sitting there watching a movie and I'd randomly take a deep breath and she's like, what's wrong? And I'm like, huh?
You sighed. Is everything okay?
And I'm like, yeah, I'm grand.
Doesn't sound like it.
Well, what do you want me to tell you?
How about why you sighed?
I didn't sigh.
You did, now tell me.
You really want to know why I sighed?
Of course, you can tell me anything.
Okay, but you're not going to like it.
I don't care, we can get through this.
Right. Well, I was thinking if a planet the size of Mars was travelling at the speed of light and passed by Earth at about the distance of the moon, would it completely fuck up Earth, or would it be going so fast that we wouldn't be affected like some sort of cosmic scale tablecloth trick?
And that upset you?
Upset me? No, I was just thinking too hard, I forgot to breathe. Women in general just vastly underestimate our ability to have absolutely nothing of consequence going on between areas and feel the need to constantly interrupt our peace and quiet. Did you know in recorded history there has only ever been a single documented event of a fella successfully zoning out without having his missus interrupted? His name? The Buddha. The result? True enlightenment. Let that sink in, ladies. But these, let's face it, blatant invasions of the last bit of privacy a man has left to himself in a relationship don't trouble me because they ruin a perfectly lovely momentary unplug from reality. They trouble me because if their first thought is that we're all thinking mental stuff, then what the kind of thoughts is she having when she's zoned out? I just assumed they were having the same thoughts as us. Perfectly reasonable questions in life like, what if people with tinnitus actually have such good hearing they can hear the electrical current of their own brain? But if they're taking the same approach, then I actually think I'm in danger. Who knows what's going on inside that psychopath's head?
I was thinking we can go for dinner this weekend. What do you think?
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Easier to hide my body and free up the house so you can my childhood bully. Well, I'm not going to let that happen that easily. I'm going to stay in at a friend's house tonight and let you think about what I mean to you.
Wait, did you just
highlight the shocking similarity between treating your partner as if they were a psychopath and typical day-to-day female behaviour towards men? Yeah, don't point it out. It ruins the joke.
Well, I'm just you in a ridiculous voice, so technically you pointed it out.
Well, it's just an all-round weird way of ending the video then, isn't it?
You can't end a video like that.